Hey there everyone, welcome back to Cowboy Survival. I'm Richard and today we're going to be making a fire starter. Now you've seen this fire starter before. It's going to be cardboard inside an Altoids tin. There's my Altoids tin, there's my cardboard, and we've got wax. And then what we've also got is a secret ingredient. I'm going to do something a little different. We're going to add lamp oil to the wax to make it burn better. So let's just go see how we make this Altoids fire starter. So I've already got my wax started. It's in here. I just now put it on my flat grill. It's going to take a little while for it to really warm up well because there's a lot of wax in that pan. But while that's warming up, we're going to take this cardboard. We're going to cut this cardboard up in little strips, and we're going to fill this Altoids tin with those strips. So let's just get to that. So the first thing I have to do is I have to get this cardboard so that it's about the same width of that can, but I don't want it any wider than that can. So I'm going to have to cut this down just a little bit. I'm using my 99-cent shears from Harbor Freight. If you don't have any of these are really great. They are only 99 cents. They'll cut through anything. If you dull them, you just replace them. They're not very expensive. And the cool part is they also have some little ridges. I don't know if you see them, some little serrations right here. So it makes it really great if you're cutting something like Kevlar cord. So now I'm going to take this, I'm going to cut these into a bunch of little strips about the same height as the can is. So we want to make sure, we're going to check the can and make sure that we get these about the same height as the can. So just a little bit narrower than that fold, because I want it to fit in the can. So I'm going to cut a whole bunch of these strips. And I won't make you watch all of this. That would be kind of boring, wouldn't it? So now we're going to take these cardboard strips and we're going to start putting them in the can. I'm not sure how many it's going to take to fill this can, but we're going to find out. That's 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15. Looks like we can fit another one. 16. So I got 17 strips in there. That's probably about right. Now, I'm going to also cut a strip like this, and I'm going to use this as sort of my wick. Whoop, I dropped it. I'll go pick it up. It's going to be my wick. I'm going to stick it in here underneath these. Okay, so I've got my cardboard in my can. I've got my wick standing up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my wonderful lamp oil to the wax. This is where my gloves will come in handy. We're going to take the wax. We're going to dump the wax into the can. And try not to make too much of a mess. Now we'll let that wax dry and cool, and we'll have us a nice little stove that we can use on the trail. And as you can see, I did in fact make a mess. I'm actually going to pour a little bit more wax in there. Now that the cardboard has soaked up a lot of it. So I've got the Altoids fire tin ready to go. It's got cardboard in it with wax. It's impregnated with wax and with lamp oil, so it should burn pretty well. I've got the little wick sticking up here, you can see. Now, I keep this thing in a baggie. Now, why do I do that, a little Ziploc bag? Well, if you're going to store this thing in your vehicle, and the sun is getting weird here, so I forgive the lighting. It's late afternoon. If you put this in your vehicle is going to get hot, and that wax is going to get soft, and it's going to leak out of this tin. It's not going to stay in there. This tin is not airtight. So the wax will leak out around the hinges, it'll leak out around the edges, and if you don't put it in a plastic bag like this, it's going to leak all over everything that's in your vehicle. If you store this in a storage room outside, it's going to get hot and it's going to leak all over everything. So I don't believe I would use it that way. I believe that the way I would use it is I'd put it in a little baggie. Now, is it a fire starter or is it a little stove? I think if you're going to use it as a fire starter, I think the thing to do is to take this thing and use it only when you've got really wet wood and you're trying to get that wet wood dried out and started. If it's just dry wood, I just use a regular small fire starter. I wouldn't burn up this entire thing just to start a regular fire. If you were going to start a wet fire, this might be really good because it's going to burn long. It's going to burn pretty hot. Now, as a stove, it might also work. Simply take this, you put a rock, say, on either side of it, and then you put the pot on top of the rock and let the heat come out. I do not believe I would put a pot directly on this. That will snuff out your fire. In fact, if you close this lid, that will snuff out your fire. So what I would do is I would put a rock on either side and then put the pot on top of that and let the heat from that burn up, because this is going to burn hot and all this is going to catch fire and the whole thing's going to burn. So let's just go see how this thing works when we light it. So let's open this up, and I'm going to light it using my lighter. It started really fast. Now that wick may be a little long. While that's burning, I wonder if it'd start if I just did this. See, I could start it if I wanted to, just with the lighter, not even have a wick sticking up. So let's see what happens. It's already catching all the other stuff, starting to catch the other stuff on fire. It's spreading over to here, and I think it's going to spread to the rest of this pretty quickly. Starting to learn back here now. One of the things I noticed when I poured the wax in here, some wax leaked out the bottom because the bottom is not totally sealed, I guess. I don't know. So be careful when you're filling this. You don't have it on a good surface. Have something there underneath it in case you spill wax, in case a little wax leaks out. It won't get all over good tabletop or good cabinet top. So there's a little breeze coming from this way, coming like this, so it's blowing it that way. I was to put a piece of wood right here. See, boy, that blocks that nicely. With the whole thing starting to burn now. That is going to burn for a long, long time. And you could easily cook over that. That oil in there is burning really well. You see it's starting to leak out down here. See that? That's what it does. So now let's just close this thing and see if it extinguishes that flame. And sure enough, it's out. If I want to relight it, pretty simple. There it goes. And I can put it out again. So, nice little stove, but two things I want you to notice. It does leak. I don't know why it's leaking, but it leaks. So that can either has a hole in it or something about that metal. The wax is going to leak right through it. So be careful. That's why you want to be careful with this. That's another reason to put it in a baggie. Well, I hope you enjoyed the demonstration of the Altoids fire tin. My problem with it is when you light it and that wax starts to melt, it's going to leak. So it's probably not going to be something that's going to be waterproof. It's not going to be leak proof. So whatever you put it on, wax is going to get on it. So be really careful with that. Other than that, it's a pretty cool little item. You may want to, again, put it in a little Ziploc bag to keep that wax from getting everywhere. And once you close it, you're going to have to let it cool down before you can pack it up because that wax is going to drip out. It's going to be liquid, right? So in the meantime, if you liked the video, please click the like button below, click that subscribe button. We'd love to get more subscribers, and hit that notification bell so that you'll know when we issue more videos. So in the meantime, remember what we always say, stay strong, stay prepared, and have a blessed day. We'll see you real soon right here on Cowboy Survival.